Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to spending quality time with your girl, Eposi Ziton. Today, I'm going to tell you how you can make your coffee table look beautiful and stand out. All right? So, this is the home show. Now, let's get started. When we talk about making a coffee table to stand out or look beautiful, those are ideas that we pick as we travel around the world. You know, I've gone to a lot of hotels and a lot of restaurants, and because I love beauty, I pick up little tips and ideas from those restaurants that I've been to. And I'm also into reading a lot of home magazines, like the Elle Home magazine, like the Architectural Digest, the Veranda. Ideas from what other decorators have done over the years that have caught my eyes. So one thing I've always been interested in is, just admiring how people have put their whole mind together and create beautiful things to put on top of the coffee table. And when you go to all these home shops, you see all kinds of decor, all kinds of things that you can use to just personalize your coffee table and just make it stand out. Well, like I always talk about functionality. Whenever you're decorating, always think of functionality. For those who have kids, always think about the fact that you don't want anything that's going to injure your kids. So you want to always think of things that are round with no sharp edges. Things that even if a child stumbles on, it's not going to give them no kind of pain. And things that are heavy, that they can stand and be fixed to the areas that they are without being able to move easily where they can fall and hurt our kids. And sometimes I even say, when you have babies, it's sad, you still want your space to look beautiful, but you have to put things that are not causing any kind of problem to your kids, because kids have to be kids and you're not going to stop them to be kids, but at the same time your home also has to look like a home. So for the most part, homes that have babies, you probably want to put less and only things that are very necessary. I'm going to give ideas for homes that have kids, what you can put in your coffee table, which is not going to be a lot, but just going to make a statement. One good idea is for you to put what we call a table runner. If you look at this is a table runner that is multi-purpose, which means you can use it for your dining table and you can also use it in your coffee table. Because if you look at it, it's not very big. It's just something that's just going to put give some kind of a character on your coffee table. So that's something that you might want to think of. And something like this, if you have babies, when you have just one of this on your coffee table, you really don't need a lot. A little piece of runner that has so much detail, like the way this one has a lot of detail, that's enough to just give beauty on top of your coffee table. And you might just need one more item, like maybe a magazine carrier that is really simple, that can't cause any kind of injury to your babies. And when I talk of a magazine carrier that you can use for a kid-friendly space, I'm talking about a magazine carrier like this one. This is a beautiful magazine carrier that I'm going to take all these things that are inside, I'm going to take them out and just show you. You see, this is a beautiful magazine carrier. It has a mirror in the middle. It's all smooth and round, so it cannot cause any kind of injury to your babies. And it's really heavy. So when you put it in the middle of your coffee table, there's no way it's going to be able to move, especially with you having heavy magazines on top of the carrier. And like I always talk about magazines, you want to have magazines that are current. You can always subscribe, so you have current magazines that when you have guests, they can always, pick something from your magazines. And during the time that they're going through your magazines, you can be able to do something else, like prepare a snack or one or two other things that you might want to save them. A remote control box. Because with babies, they always take things and throw them all over the place. But if you have a remote control box like this, you can always put your remote controls and just close it. So when you close it, there's no way it's going to be able to open up. Except the child is of age, that's when they might be able to know how to open this up. And you can always tell them why you have them in there and why you don't want them to open it up. With kids, you always have to instruct them and teach them. So I always say that with things like this, when you have them in tools, it's always beautiful because it creates some kind of style. Look at this, see the kind of style that it creates, because it's two of them. So one can be for your TV remotes, the other one can be maybe for your radio if you have a stereo in your living room, or for other remote controls that you might have for other items that are electronics that you have in your space. So for homes that do have kids, that's the kind of things that I'm going to recommend. Also, we have this other beauty right here. This is something that you can have in the middle of your coffee table and just put like fruits in the middle if you want to use fruits, but for fruits I always say it's better in the diner table or in the big dinner table. So for me, I'll use this in my coffee table and just put, sometimes you can even put smaller magazines in here or little books, or for those who have kids. But for those who don't have kids, you can decide to put beautiful arrangements inside like this, just to give some kind of a personality to it. And you don't want to put too many, because if you can tell, there's marble in the middle, so you don't want to crowd the marble where the beauty of the marble doesn't show. And I always talk of color coordination. I decided to use white. If you look at these are like little pumpkins, but the reason I'm using white is because I like that whole cleanliness and trying to not take away from the surface that you're putting the stuff in. So this is like just simple and beautiful. So see, this is a beautiful, beautiful marble tray that you can, and this tray can be multi-purpose. That's why I say it's really good for the coffee table, because you can also have it where when your guests come, you can take the little knickknacks that you had inside and put them somewhere and just put like drinks. And if you have nuts or other stuff that you want to serve your guests, you can just place them in here. So it can always be multi-purpose, but it's very good for a home that they have babies, because it's heavy, there's no way it can move, it's smooth, it's round. So something like this, you can always get it from Home Goods. I got this one from Home Goods, TJ Maxx and Marshalls, Ross. They all carry things like this. Even Bed Bath and Beyond, if you go there, you're going to find beautiful stuff like this. So these items are items that you can use on your coffee table, and they are very kid friendly. This is another thing that I'm going to show you. During Halloween season, there are some things that I just have a passion for. And let me tell you, when it comes to design, it's your space. So there are not hard and fixed rules. You can decide to use a pumpkin all year round. It don't really matter. It's your home. It's your personality you're trying to create. So this is a beautiful pumpkin. The reason I have it, I stand it in here because you can tell there's some kind of uniformity. So to me, it's smooth. It's very kid friendly. It's not something that, you know, can just, it's very, very durable. So you can decide to have this. And another idea that I am going to tell you is that for those that have very young babies, because if they use this and hit it here, they're going to break this. But this is a little heavy. I don't know if a little baby can carry this, but I'd rather, if you have kids that are of age like 2 to maybe 6, where you cannot tell them don't touch that, you can put this on top of a console, because there is a little elevated and they cannot reach it, and it's still going to serve that same purpose of just bringing beauty to your space. But for today, I think those items that I just showed you, those are the items that are great for your coffee table, for those who have homes that have kids. That's what I'm going to recommend for now. I'm going to emphasize on the fact that people's health is very important. So you want to always concentrate on the fact that you want your kids to be comfortable and safe. Well, on that note, I'm going to say it was lovely spending quality time with you all. And bye for now.